You're listening to America's Diesel Podcast.
Hand me that computer. I will read it.
You sure you're going to read it?
Yeah, I'm going to read it.
Hold on. Can you read?
The fucking computer.
I think this is a good point. Good question to ask.
I mean,
What the fuck?
Also, hey, don't spill the beer on the computer.
I can read. I can't spell.
This is very nerve-wracking. I just slid my laptop over to Tyler. I don't know what's going to happen.
This thing is, even if I spill, this thing's thick enough, it's not going to touch it.
It's true. While you get situated.
This week's podcast episode is brought to you by Fuel Bomb Diesel Additive, an additive designed for diesel enthusiasts, made by diesel enthusiasts. Ben, take it away.
Hell yeah, dude. So this is our in-house Fuel Bomb fuel additive for your diesel truck. Our biggest thing here is making sure that you can pretty much always have diesel additive on you all the time. You've got a lot of other additives out on the market that they have, anti-gel in there all the time. They have cetane in there all the time. They end up being big and bulky bottles. Our standard everyday diesel fuel additive is 1 ounce per 32 gallons. And that's its main job is to make sure that your fuel system stays lubricated and prevents the formation of algae. And it should also help you in colder climates too.
Should definitely help you in colder climates. Along with cleaning your fuel system and maintaining it, it'll also help you bump that cetane number up for a more efficient burn of your diesel fuel. And if cetane is just what you're after, there's the Fuel Bomb Hellfire, which is our straight 8+ cetane enhancer.
Yeah, and you guys asked, and we brought them back. We did go away from the bottles that didn't have the measuring little parts in there. We brought them back for you, so now you can measure out your 1 ounce per 32 gallons for the F-Bomb or 4 ounces per 32 gallons for the Hellfire.
Both these additives are available on our website, dieselpowerproducts.com. Now let's get back to that episode.
Thanks for tuning in to America's Diesel Podcast. This is the end of the intro. Let's go.
All right. So you guys
Was that okay? Was that an okay intro?
So you guys know our absolute adoring love for F-150 Lightnings and how they're such a man's truck. Such a man's truck. And this is probably a new site if you, for those 3 people that are watching this, I have a computer in front of me.
For once.
Wow.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
So that is like a bigger version of what we call cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually access something like
Wait,
Facebook.
so you're saying this is like a mini computer?
Yes.
Wow. Times have changed.
Slightly.
Okay. So this was actually sent to us by a podcast listener. He goes by on Instagram, Daddy Tattoo Diesel Daddy or something like that. Used to be Dado Cooks Food.
Mr. Chris Bradden.
Yeah. So thank you for sending this to me. And Ben.
Yep.
I got an absolute kick out of this article, and of course most of you people probably have never seen this article because first this kind of stuff doesn't get out there in the...
Well, I think he posted on the Facebook page.
Did he?
Which
Okay.
you're a part of.
Yeah. So I didn't see it, basically. But anyways...
but who knows if they actually read it or not.
Right. I'll be honest with you. When I got the email, I thought it was a spam email a little bit. But then I recognized the name. I was like, I put it together. Anyways, so the title of the article, is this from Fox Business or is it from MSN? It doesn't matter. Whatever. It's one of the two.
By Bradford Betts.
It says Fox Business here and then MSN up here. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's one of those two.
Okay, this is called a browser. Okay.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
MSN, that's the search engine we're using because we're on...
Hold on. The link was msn.com, which is, when I pulled it up, it looked like it was like the homepage to MSN.
Look at the website address. What does it say?
It says
www.
MSN.
Okay.
Let's not get hung up on the incidentals here, okay?
Hey, you asked, man. I'm just trying to help you out.
Okay. Regardless, the title of the article is Man Forced to Ditch Ford EV Truck During Family Road Trip to Chicago. Quotes, this is the guy that bought the truck. Biggest scam of modern times. Okay.
This is going to be good.
The article reads... A Canadian man is calling electric vehicles the biggest scam of modern times after his frustrating experience with an electric truck. I'm going to butcher his name. Dalbir Bala who lives in the Winnipeg area, Canada, for those that don't have a globe.
America's top hat.
Bought a Ford F-150 Lightning EV in January for 115,000 Canadian dollars plus tax, which translates to 77,495 US dollars.
I was gonna say probably more like 55,000.
That's just the start, buddy.
Because the loonies are worth about.
Yeah. According to the manufacturer, okay, that doesn't matter. He told Fox Business he needed the vehicle for his work, but also wanted something suitable for recreational activities such as driving to his cabin or going fishing. He also wanted an environmentally friendly vehicle, as owning one is responsible citizenship these days. Okay.
So he's trying to do the right thing.
He's trying. And, whatever. But Bala was quickly hit with the reality of owning and operating an EV soon after the purchase. The vehicle compelled him to install 2 chargers, one at work, one at home, for $10,000.
Oh my God.
To accommodate the charger, he had to upgrade his home's electric panel for $6,000. So he's $16,000 deep just to recharge his truck
At home
and at work.
Quick sidebar here. You know what he could have got for $16,000?
Yeah.
Like a 2 out.
How much was your truck? You could have got your OBS.
He could have got your OBS and had cash to play with.
Cash to play with.
Mine
the
was
funny
25.
Thing is, yeah. The funny thing is, his work is only 10 miles away from his house.
He could have just got a bike, like a bicycle.
He could have rented a Lime scooter for 45 years.
Do they have those in Canada, or are they called something else, like a syrup scooter or something?
Well, they tried putting them in Canada, but they're going through Spokane, and then they found out everybody in Spokane just throws them in the Spokane River. And so they didn't make it. So in all, he spent more than $130,000 plus tax on this F-150.
That's terrible.
This is fucking so bad. He could have bought a fucking loaded Super Duty and put wheels and tires and a suspension on it. And had money to spare. And he could have taken his wife out to dinner. And probably bought a fishing boat if he likes fishing so much.
And he probably wouldn't. He would have either had an issue with the CB4 right off the bat, which he could have done a disaster prevention kit. But he probably wouldn't run into an issue till at least 100,000 miles of the emission system.
Yeah. Totally. Jeez. Not long after the purchase, Bala got into a minor accident.
Oh, God.
It required light assembly, they said, on the front bumper. Bala took the vehicle to the body shop, and he did not get it back for 6 months.
What?
Yeah. He said no one from Ford answered his email or phone calls for help. The limitations on the EV truck became even more apparent when Bala embarked on a chaotic 1,400-mile road trip to Chicago. So he's going from Winnipeg to Chicago, city to city. Okay.
That
long
just
trip,
sounds so
but
stressful.
Fast charging stations, which only charge EVs up to 90%, cost more than gas for the same mileage. On the family's first stop in Fargo, North Dakota, it took 2 hours and $56 to charge his vehicle from 10 to 90%. The charge was good for another 215 miles, though.
Yay!
He was on this trip for 3 months. No. On the second stop in Albertville, Minnesota, the free charger was faulty and the phone number on the charging station was of no help. The family drove to another charging station in Elk River, Minnesota, but the charger was faulty there as well. Jesus. This sheer helplessness was mind-boggling, Bala wrote in an online post. My kids and wife were really worried and stressed at this point.
I bet. As a man, that's gonna feel so bad.
Well, you know how bad it feels when you're on a road trip and you go to like 2 gas stations and they're closed. You're like, shit.
Dude, I feel like I've let my family down if I get off to go get like fuel and there's not the right place to eat that we wanted.
Right.
You know? or I accidentally go left when I
Or
should
like
have
they're
gone
closed
right.
or something. Like, yeah.
I
Closed for
feel like
remodel.
I let them down.
Yeah, right.
This guy must feel like I don't mean I'm not trying to make fun of the guy. Like, oh my god, that feeling must be terrible.
There were no other fast charging stations within range of Elk River, and his vehicle only had 12 miles left. Okay. This is him talking. By now it was late afternoon. We were really stuck, hungry and heartbroken, Bala said. I bet.
Jeez.
Bala ultimately had the vehicle towed to a Ford dealership in Elk River and rented a regular gas vehicle to complete the family's trip to Chicago. The family picked up the F-150 on their way back to Winnipeg. It was in the shop for 6 months. I can't take it to my lake cabin. I cannot take it for off-grid camping. I cannot take for even a road trip. Bala wrote, I can only drive in the city. Biggest scam of modern times. Bala told Fox Business he believes the government needs to do more to provide consumers with the right information. That portion right there, I have a really hard time with, because when I am in a pickle, I don't look for the government to fix my problems. Like at all. Like at all. Like if I break down on the side of the road, I'm like, God damn it, the government needs to put more repair places around here. Or you blow a tire, like, God damn it, the government needs to put a tire shop here.
Yeah. They need to be sweeping for stuff on the road.
This is the big freaking, like, the big stupidity shitness of EVs. People that buy them are looking for the government to fix their problems. They're looking for the government to build the infrastructure to make these things work. And it's just not gonna fucking happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen. This is him talking again. People have to make the right choices. I want to tell everybody to read my story. He said, do your research before even thinking about it and making a wiser choice. Well, if he read anything or listened to this podcast, he would have already made a wiser choice. This is great too. This is him talking again. The actual thing they promise is not even close, not even 50%. And once you buy it, you're stuck with it, and you have to carry huge losses to get rid of that. And nobody is there to help you. Once again, us diesel guys, we don't look for other people to help us. We look to help ourselves. We look to fix it ourselves. We look to we look to find a solution ourselves. And this is, I think, also kind of the difference between, like, modern day people and people, let's say, 20 years ago. This is you would never hear anybody complaining to Fox Business about, like, fuel stations, and like, that doesn't happen. You just make shit happen. The customer's experience. Wait, is this from Ford? The customer's experience highlights the urgent. Oh, this is them trying to talk up electric stuff, which I'm not going to read because it's stupid. Blah blah blah. That's basically the end of it. So, in a nutshell, what is the Ford F-150 Lightning good for? Block parties? Driving to your neighbor's house? What is it good for? I'm going to be 100% honest here, and this is my honest take on it. This truck, it's good for cities, good for densely populated cities. But at that point, are you buying a truck in a densely populated city where you're living in an apartment? Are you buying a truck? No, you're not buying a truck. You're buying a car. Like, I get that, like, this truck was built, like, who was it built for?
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but for someone who's in a densely populated city, they're better off with a Maverick.
I think they're better off with just buy a fucking 5-year-old or a fucking 10-year-old Prius. I mean, for real. I mean, if you're in a city, if you live in, like, I'm not saying, like, obviously we live in the city of Spokane, or well, we live in I live in the county,
like a true metropolitan area.
Downtown, like, that's where you live. Like, a truck, like, you're not going to buy a truck. So who is this truck for?
I don't know. People who people who have not seen the light yet, like unfortunately our man
Well,
the deer has now.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, people are going to have to spend over $100,000 to finally figure out that this is a fucking gimmick.
I think, just because playing a little devil's advocate here, this is a little on him. The fact that he had to spend $16,000 just to be able to operate the vehicle should have been a pretty big red flag.
And isn't that a question you asked beforehand? Like, hey, what is this, like a charger where I could just plug into an outlet? Or is it something that, for instance, I need to update my entire house's electrical panel?
I also feel that, and this is probably, I don't know if it's the buyer's fault or the seller's fault, being the dealership, a car salesman doing their job should ask these types of questions. What are you going to be using the truck for? Like we do here when we're asking people asking about parts. I know they don't do that. Right. But like I would, I sold cars for a week at a dealership I worked at. And it was hard because I had really good reviews, but I didn't move the amount of trucks and stuff like that like other guys did, because I would sit there, I would have that conversation with, what are you using the truck for? How much you tow?
Right.
What are you doing with it? What are you going to do with that? And then, well, honestly, man, I'll be straightforward with you. You don't need a 4,500. Yeah. Like you could probably get away with a gas 2,500 or maybe even a 1,500 if you just like don't put as much stuff in the trailer. Like you already have a 1,500. It's 5 years old. Fuck, keep that, man. Why are you in here?
Yeah.
Like the only difference between that and this is that the air conditioned seats. That's it.
Yeah, and that's what you hope you run into when you're looking at a new vehicle or looking to purchase a vehicle, but it's never going to happen because of just how and it comes down to how these people are paid. They're paid via commission. They're paid via how many vehicles they sell.
Well, and chances are he probably ordered this thing and then picked it up. Like there was no actual consulting going on.
Sure.
The other thing there too is like I really gotta like.
Well, he fully admits he didn't do any research.
Yeah.
Like, but
even then, the common sense flag should have been, I gotta spend $16,000 just to be able to operate this thing. In my opinion, the common sense of someone that says, okay, I already own the truck. Let's just assume that I have the truck. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. But someone says, by the way, to continue using this truck the way that you want, you need to spend $16,000 for charging.
Yeah.
And I would probably look at that and go, okay, well, how far could I drive for $16,000 of fuel?
Yeah. Well, so first of all,
it would take me this long to pay it off. Like,
yeah. And
is this a good investment?
Why is there chargers? So he bought 2 of them for $10,000. So you're telling me one charger is $5,000? $5,000.
Wow.
That's insane. Like a Tesla fast charger is not even that much.
I assume it's probably around there or something like that. I don't know for sure, but I bet it's around there. You're the one with a laptop now. You got to search it. Little known fact, everybody, Tyler does know how to type.
I have worked here for 14 years. I think well, we're just going to go. Okay, so they're Powerwall. Let's see.
No, that's like the actual wall, like the panels that they make.
Okay, charging.
Yeah.
Home charging. Shop.
Or supercharging.
Okay. So they have a mobile charger for $230, a wall charger for $475, or a universal wall connector for $595. Like, what the hell is Ford doing? I
think it's because he installed, because he also had to upgrade the electronics on his house. So he installed something more like a supercharger.
So that's not even a buy. That's just fine. So they have those.
Go to charging then, just period. It's just information.
Like the shopping side of it.
My guess is he ended up getting something that was.
Maybe I didn't scroll down far enough.
Like the big bad boy charger or something like that, because he had to be able to charge this shit fast because he still wants to use it like a gas truck.
Or he just got baited.
Or he got baited super hard. Or it was $5,000 installed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, let's look at the wall connector here. Up to 44 miles of range added per hour at 11.5 kilowatts, 48 amp output. 24-foot cable. Like, where is like 4-year warranty on residential use? Is there anything saying like requirements for? I don't see anything.
I can tell you what I would have done in his situation. And he actually almost did part of what
He should have just bought a Cybertruck.
No. Because he got towed to a dealership, right?
Yeah.
At that point, I would have been, I'm trading this truck in and I am buying a new truck with a Coyote in it. Thank you very much. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And then I would do something. I'm not a litigious person. I probably wouldn't file a lawsuit or anything like that, but I would just be like, I'm fucking over this. You take it back now.
Yeah. No, I would be so freaking pissed off. Like, I would probably contemplate suicide at that point. like that is so ridiculous. So the moral of the story here: buy a new Super Duty.
Yeah, buy a Super Duty, basically.
Yeah, like for real. 10-speed, an engine that takes this thing called fuel, diesel fuel. It's available pretty much everywhere. Range is probably triple of what this thing is.
And believe it or not, you can actually fill it up faster than you can charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the time it takes you to swipe your card, put the nozzle on, walk in, take a piss, and grab a bag of Cheetos, you're done.
Yeah, and the fact that it only goes up to 90% too, like that's like trying to fill up your tank to full, and like, you know, when the fuel station cuts you off at like $100 and you're like not full. Like, that's them, like, and then you rehook it and then put your card back in. That's like them saying, nope, sorry, you can't. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, well, you only get 90% though. Like, why can't they do the extra 10%?
Like, I'm going to fight you.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you.
Give me my full tank now. Take my money.
Yeah. So, again, Ford just killing it with the electric market. You know, and the sad part is I guarantee he's not the only one. Mm-hmm. He's just the only one that you know got a story written about it. But you know, it's one of those things where it's even hard to find stories like that, because obviously there's an agenda that is being pushed on any auto consumer. Like I listen to Pandora all the time when I'm working, and there's this ad that comes up all the time. And it's like, oh, Washington, their green energy initiative is requiring zero carbon by 2040. Learn how you can blah blah blah. There's obviously a agenda that's being pushed. Mm-hmm. So finding stories like that is probably going to be more and more difficult. But he's not the only one. I mean, we talked about the Motor Trend guys, you know, talking about their hassles with a Rivian, their hassles with the F-150. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that are putting out information on these things. Again, I'm not like fully against it. It's just the fact that it's a technology that's not freaking ready. It's just not ready. Like, that money that they're putting into these electric vehicles, they could put into maybe hydrogen power for diesel trucks or even cars. Like, I mean,
well, there have been I have seen some buzz about diesel electric, like diesel hybrid.
Yeah.
And it would basically be kind of like the way the Prius is now.
Yeah.
So it uses a gas engine.
So you have a super tiny engine.
Yeah. A highly efficient small diesel engine that, and the thing is, a diesel engine makes a hell of a lot more torque than a gas engine does. It should be able to spin up whatever generator it's running on pretty quick. And you would basically be able to use the gas for that quick little initial zip around or whatever you need. And then when it demands more power, the diesel engine is there.
I still think that's pretty gay.
I do as well. I honestly, and I still think the answer is really, we've talked about this before, you know, how there are companies out there that are really pushing the envelope as far as efficiency goes. Companies like, was that Aero Pistons, Dynamite diesel injectors.
Yep.
People doing really high quality tuning like Calibrated. folks that are actually really getting into the fine nitty gritty of these engines, banks, and making them better than they were stock with emissions intact. And even going so far as to the point where getting them running so good and so clean that they actually don't even technically need emissions.
Yeah.
I'm sure the EPA will never actually go for that because it's a money grab. But the fact that you're able to take these engines and make them more reliable, more efficient, and actually reduce the amount of emissions equipment that are on it to begin with, and now you have a product that is surpassing what the Band-Aid fix was by innovation.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's where it needs to be. And even as you start getting to that point, I still do think that supplemented hydrogen with a diesel engine is the way to go. I'm not saying hydrogen power, okay, but supplemented hydrogen with a diesel engine.
All right. I'm going off in the weeds here a little bit, so bear with me, okay?
Weed me, bro. Okay.
Trees, plants, vegetation.
Okay.
What do they eat? What do they need?
Carbon monoxide.
What does internal combustion engines produce?
Lots of different carbons, including monoxide.
What do EVs produce when they're running?
Child labor.
In other countries.
Yeah. Wait, are we talking about the power plant making the electricity?
No, just the vehicle itself. What does it produce when you drive it? Nothing, right?
Marriage issues because you can't drive your truck for a trip with your family.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Distrust in your kids.
Let's wrap this all together here. We're environmentalists.
It's true. We're just trying to feed plants.
We are environmentalists. I never thought I'd be a tree hugger.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, what's coming out of the tailpipe of a Hellcat's a hell of a lot more dangerous to you and your immune system than what's coming out of the tailpipe of a fucking Cummins. I know it looks a lot worse, but it ain't.
Well, we're not going to talk about that because they sound really cool and we like those. But these EV people hate trees, plants, vegetation. They hate them, obviously.
Yeah. They're
literally taking away their food.
I don't know if you've ever heard, but lightning kills trees.
So who is being more environmentally conscious? Diesel owners or EV owners? Answer me that.
I think the only person that we need to ask that question to.
I'm literally going in the weeds.
Yeah.
And playing with them and loving them.
Yeah.
I mean, make this decision yourself. I mean, if you really think about it, like if EVs take over, we're basically, what I'm getting at is basically the whole country is going to turn into a desert with no life.
Mm-hmm.
And what relies on plants? Small little pretty little cute little mammals and bees. The bees. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about the bees, the honeybees.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about how important the bees are. The bees need plants.
Mm-hmm.
The plants need us.
True.
They don't like EV people.
No, I don't.
They hate them.
These are the facts.
This is undisputable.
And I'll tell you one person who wouldn't argue with you.
Who? The bees?
No, little
Greta?
Timbuktu or guy. Well, I don't know what kind of names people in the Congo have.
Oh.
But
it's
yeah. What? Dr. Tuki mining the cobalt with his critically acclaimed 7.1 inch dick.
Yeah.
Which we now know is people in the Congo have statistically the largest penises out there. That's a known fact. That's on the internet. Okay.
Yes,
7.1 inches.
That is also a fact.
Yeah.
We're spitting facts here. Okay.
Interesting.
If you don't
fact.
like them, look them up.
Yeah.
This is proven.
And interestingly enough, 7 minus 0.1 is 6.9. Hey, it's the math. The math is mathing. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't need to be mining cobalt.
No.
They need to be in the porn industry. Okay.
Absolutely.
Way more lucrative for them.
Way more lucrative.
They're all out there mining this cobalt with these big old dongs.
Where they could be in an AC room.
Yeah.
Okay, with a with a beautiful lady.
Sometimes multiple.
Maybe another dude. Whatever you're into. I'm not into that. If you're into that, whatever. Duramax guys. But the moral of the story here is diesel trucks and internal combustion engines can literally save the world.
Yeah. I swear to God, if I ever get to a point in my life where a freaking ambulance that's electric pulls up to like get me after I break myself off or
I'm
something
just gonna
like that,
roll.
I'm like,
I'm just gonna roll to the
dog,
hospital.
Hey man, that ain't me, dude.
Yeah.
You just, hey, who's your boss? Yeah, just tell him to chop it off right now.
Yeah. It's just
I don't need that leg.
yeah.
Like, sir, you have a sprained ankle. Just chop it off, man.
Chop it. Yeah, I'm not getting in there.
I didn't know why you called them in the first place. I'm fine. Look down, the bone sticking out. Like, dude, it's just a sprain.
Yeah, it's just
I'll
a
be
sprain,
fine.
man.
It'll be fine.
Got any crutches in there?
Yeah. Tell you what, use that electric vehicle, go buy me a bottle of Jack, find me some Percocet, okay? I'm going to be fine.
I'm gonna be fine.
You got a Band-Aid or 4?
Yeah.
I'll be good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Electric vehicles are such a crock of shit.
We laid down the facts. These are facts. Trees need us. Plants need us. Bees need plants. So bees need us.
And we need bees.
And we need bees because we like honey.
And my food eats plants.
And bears love honey. In turn, love bees. It's a circle of life, people. It's a
Bears
circle
eat fish.
of life.
I eat fish.
Fish need plants to hide underwater. I think. I don't know.
Make your way out of the weeds, Tyler. Come on, bring it back around.
It's a circle of life. It's a circle of life.
The gesture that Tyler just made was so forthcoming. It's a circle of life. Oh, no, it goes globe.
We'll start this over.
Okay, all right.
Plants need us. Bees need plants. Bees need us to feed the plants. Bears need bees to give them honey. So in turn, the world needs us. Is that a good ending fact? Like, look at all this greenery. Look at Russia. Look at the little land. Russia needs us. Look at Algeria. I mean, Chad. Nigeria, Mexico, Canada, Brazil, they all need us.
Just so you know, guys, for those of you not watching, we have a globe, okay? Someone sent it to us because Tyler didn't know where the Congo was. We have a globe. Now we know where Congo is. But the main thing is, if you guys remember globes, that like every country is a different color, so you can differentiate them.
Look how green! Look how green Russia is.
That are colored in green.
Russia is super green, guys. This area,
especially
right here,
the northern Siberian area, it's all green.
See, this is a predictive globe because see, the United States, how it's all red and like kind of dry looking. That's what's going to happen if EVs take over. That's what it's going to look like. We could look like Brazil, okay, but we're not. We're going to this, okay. Canada's on the borderline, okay, because there's still a lot of, there's still a lot of Canadians up there that like diesel trucks, so they're in the yellow. Okay, that's moderate if you follow Weather Channel.
Oh my God.
I mean, with this globe, the state of the world is we're in crisis mode.
Oh, what does blue mean though?
Blue, cold, snow.
Oh. That Pacific Ocean, she's a cold bitch.
She's
it's real snowy.
Australia is super fucked. Okay.
They're pink.
Have you ever seen a storm warning? What color is it?
Magenta.
It's red, yes. Pink is after red. Because then it just turns to yellow. Orange. Tangerine.
Isn't magenta the color warning for something? I thought that was like the worst color warning for something.
Hurricanes?
I just thought it was great
Tsunami.
that you're like, oh, we need these countries to be beautiful and green, like Russia. Like
Russia is a very vast country.
Like it didn't go through Chernobyl or something.
Well,
Okay.
That was just one small part. That was actually, wasn't that Ukraine area? Isn't Chernobyl in Ukraine?
No.
Ukraine is yellow. That's a warning. That is hazard.
I'm debating whether to let him keep going or not. Because this is good.
Well, if you...
I think you're nailing it.
If you
Mexico's gray. Are they just like dead?
We don't care about Mexico.
What color is
This is
Congo?
Congo?
Oh.
Where is the Congo?
Use the map, Tyler. It's in Africa.
Oh, it's oh.
He's in South America.
This is why we got the globe, okay?
Fuck. What country is the Congo in? Congo?
God damn it.
I got it. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait, no, I don't. Congolese people. Where the fuck is the Congo, dude? Is it next to Nigeria or Niger? Or is it Chad?
The Democratic Republic of Congo.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's right there. Do you think it's funny that in Africa there's just a country in the middle that's just named Chad? That's where all your drywall is made and tested. Like it's just kind of like there's like Libya, Sudan, Egypt, Tanzania, and then there's Chad. It's like
it's like who's the family who names all their kids with the same initial.
Molly.
Like, this is
Chad.
Jason. This is John. This is Jeremy. This is Josiah.
Oh,
this is,
Chad is next to Cameron.
Yeah. I believe that's Cameroon.
Whatever. Another
Yeah.
O doesn't change it that much.
Yeah, actually, it does. Believe it or not. Yeah.
Cameron.
There's Angola, Namibia, Zambia,
Chad.
Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia, Somalia.
Yeah.
I'm decapitated now.
Chad.
Yemen.
Yeah, where's Congo? Find the Congo.
Yeah, it's Democratic Republic of Congo. It's right there.
Where?
It's gray.
It's a very small country.
Democratic Republic of Congo?
Yeah, it's very small.
Okay.
I need a bigger globe, apparently. So, anyways, the world needs us.
Long story short, don't buy lightnings, especially if you're Canadian.
Yeah, because you're on the verge,
Fact.
obviously.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to wrap this one up. I hope you enjoyed the connections that Tyler made there. They're very scientific, very straightforward.
Based on facts.
Based on facts and facts alone.
Yep.
That's why we're here. Thanks for tuning. We'll see you next week.
Sorry?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at dieselpowerproducts.com.